after a slugfest last night. Mariners on the short end, try to get it back here tonight. Blue Jays and the Mariners coming up in a couple of minutes. We're glad you're with us. Dave Sims with Mike Blowers. Good evening, everybody. And, you know, the Mariners have been swinging the bat really well of late. But let's talk about pitching for a little bit. A guy they just picked up, a player to be named later in the Paulie Pfister deal to Detroit, is Chance Ruffin. Now, this young man comes here. What do we know about Chance Ruffin, and what should we expect here tonight?
Well, he definitely comes from a good pedigree. Bruce Ruffin's son is going to be with the Mariners now. Fastball 91 to 93, good sink to it, and also mix in a slider. He tries to keep the ball on the ground, so the Mariners, well, welcome another young player to their organization. And they're in the big leagues.
That's it. He's in the bullpen tonight and available, says Eric Wedge. Meanwhile, the starters tonight, Blake Bevan against Brandon Morrow, former #1 pick here for the Mariners.
And for Bevan, it's real simple. Facing another good lineup, a quality lineup in the Jays. Commanding his fastball is first and foremost for him, something he has been able to do. Was roughed up a little bit against the Red Sox, having to mix in his breaking ball and his changeup more, but if he commands his fastball early, typically a good sign with Bevan.
First two series that the Mariners and the Blue Jays got together, Brandon Morrow did not get a chance to pitch against his old team. Tonight is the night for him.
And for Brandon Morrow, it's real simple. We all know, good fastball, curveball. Mariners try to get the fastball down in the zone. Typically, if he's wild, it'll be early in the game, and he will be up. Hopefully they can take advantage of that.
Mariners have been swinging the bat really well of late. They've won 4 of their last 6. They are hitting .298. They've hit 8 home runs, 4 by the new guy, Casper Wells. How about that with the bat? And speaking of Mr. Wells, 4 consecutive days, Saturday, Sunday. He goes deep. Monday, it was no different. 3rd day in a row. Cranks one out of here, and again last night, Casper Wells on fire, as is Mike Cart. See if they can continue here tonight against the Blue Jays. Mariners and the Jays coming up, first pitch straight ahead.
Bank better ideas, better banking by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Grammy winner Johnny Lang with J.J. Gray this Friday night. For tickets, go to EmeraldQueen.com. Hi, friends. Angie Mentink here at the Northwest Sports Desk. And Mariners GM Jack Sorensic can rest easy now. But Monday night, it was a much different story. He went down to the wire to sign the Mariners' first-round pick, second overall left-handed pitcher, Danny Hulton. He was in town today. Now, they drafted him, obviously, for his arm. He was 12-3 this season. But he also has a pretty good bat. He hit .309, and this year was the 2011 winner of the John Olerud Two-Way Player Award. I asked him about having to put away the lumber.
There's no doubt I'm going to miss it a whole lot, but I'm going to miss not only hitting but playing every day. Back in college, you play almost every day, and if you're just focused on pitching, you're going to have to take some days off. But hopefully, if I'm lucky enough to make it up here, I can lay down a bunt or something, or in interleague play. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Have they given you an idea where you're going to be now that you signed?
Yeah, they're going to. Probably play in the instructional league for a little bit and then go down to the Arizona Fall League. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Just looking forward to playing baseball again and playing against some of the best guys in the nation.
The M's second-round pick, Brad Miller, also in town today, and he had to face Danny Hulton and try to hit him because they both played against each other in the ACC, and he quipped today, "I sure am glad that we landed on the same team," and they landed out on the mound today throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought both of them would put a little more on it than that. We'll see how much Brandon Morrow and Blake Bevan put on it. The finale against the Toronto Blue Jays coming up next here on Root Sports.
Festive atmosphere here at Safeco Field. Beautiful night. All the ingredients you'd want for some nighttime entertainment, Major League Baseball style. Tonight, it's the Mariners wrapping up a home series and a home stand against the Toronto Blue Jays. Welcome, everybody, to Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew. Couldn't ask for better setting here this evening. Blake Bevan going against Brandon Morrow. Let's take a look at the Blue Jays batting order for tonight.
Mariners pitching has done a nice job of keeping Escobar off the bases, but Eric Thames, he has been able to get his hits, including a home run. Batista with his 35th home run of the year last night. Then you have Brett Lauer. He's off to a great start in his career, hitting .385 for the Jasons, being called up. And Jose Molina will do the catching and hit ninth. Numbers for Bevan: 3.59 ERA, 47 2/3 innings pitched for him. Only 7 walks to 18 strikeouts. Opponents average .266.
So here we go. Mariners 3-5 against the Jays on the season. The last meeting between these two teams. First pitch in there for called strike one. Brian Runge behind home plate. Marvin Hudson at first. Corey Blazer at second. And Tim McClellan is at third. 73 degrees here. Wind out of the east. Barely a breeze. Outside corner. Strike two.
It has been an offensive series for both clubs. Mariners trying to win their second series in a row, but I'm sure that Bevan and Morrow, the two starting pitchers, have taken notice of that. Try to be on top of their games because both sides have been swinging it.
Coming after you. Very impressive hitting the last few nights. Jack Wilson gets a nice hop. Throws out Escobar for the first out.
Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners. In the outfield, Robinson getting the start in left. Goodyear is out in center field. Casper Wells, your right fielder tonight. Kyle Seager at third base. Wilson and Ackley up the middle. Mike Karp at first. And Josh Bard will get the catching duties tonight.
Blake Bevan had 6 consecutive quality starts until his last outing. He got roughed up big time by the Red Sox. Gonna bounce back. Nice curveball there. Strike one to Eric Thames, left fielder for Toronto. Thames 2 for 6 last night. First game of the series, he went 2 for 5.
Hitting .276 overall, 8 home runs. One of those home runs came in this series.
First pitch he saw a couple of nights ago. Boy, did he rip it too.
And that's the reason why Blake Bevan started him off with a breaking ball.
First pitch on Monday night against Michael Pineda. Home run to right.
So far, Bevan's fastball at 92 miles an hour.
Up high, 2-2.
Thames has been a hot hitter. Got a 7-game hitting streak, hitting .357 over those 7 games.
Flames straight away, not too deep. Fouls it off. Wild game last night. 13-7. Strike 3 call. Thames rung up. 2 down.
Want a fastball on the inside corner, and that is exactly where Bevan puts it. Jose Bautista, 35th home run of the year last night. That was an exciting game last night. I thought one of the great things in it is, unfortunately, Vargas was roughed up in the first, gave up 6 runs in the first, but to see the Mariners come back and tie that game up.
It's asking a lot to come back twice from 6-run deficits, and no doubt about this home run from last evening. Leads the major leagues. He did it last season. Strike on the outside corner. One of the harder swingers in Major League Baseball these days.
Michael Pineda had some success with him with a fastball up in the zone.
2-2.
Another fastball from Bevan above the belt. If he can stay above his belt, looks like he has a tougher time. It's anything below that he just hammers.
2-2 pitch, took something off it. Line drive right field. Base hit for Bautista.
An inside out swing. Solid line drive into right field. Casper Wells, the right fielder tonight. Ichiro will DH.
So 2 down, 1 up, 1 on, and Adam Lind, cleanup hitter, first baseman. 1 for 5 last night, first game of the series, hit a 2-run homer. Toronto comes in 6th best batting average in the American League, 4th in runs, 6th in hits, 5th in homers. Potent club. John Farrell did some pitching with Cleveland and California in his career. First year as a manager. Another strike, 1-2. Certainly contrasting in umpire stylings from last night to tonight. Very subtle. Tim McClellan, Ryan Runge. A little more demonstrative, both effective.
20th pitch coming up for Bevan.
Much of a lead by Bautista, 1-2. Strike him out. Nice inning. Nice start here for Blake Bevan. Gives up a base hit to Bautista, and that's it. The first inning coming up. It'll be Ichiro Gutierrez and Ackley and the Mariners home first. Glad you're with us here on Root Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to Safeco Field. Dr. OK to refill. Not bad. Always a good idea to salute hospital staff. You folks do great jobs. Great work as we take a look at the Mariners batting order for tonight.
Ichiro the DH tonight. And then you have Karp riding a 16-game hitting streak. Casper Wells has homered in 4 straight games. Trayvon Robinson raised his batting average up to 281 now. Then the veterans, Bard and Wilson, will hit 8th and 9th.
Brandon Morrow, former Mariner, pours in a strike. Ichiro coming off an 0 for 5 last night. Brandon Morrow, my memories here. I had a 3-2 count on every hitter I faced. He was holding court the other day with Larry LaRue and myself and a few other guys. Kirby Arnold were outside the clubhouse. He came out, said hello. We chatted for a while. Since we last saw him, he's gotten married, got a dog. Ichiro puts it in play to the shortstop Escobar. Throws him out.
And he still has a good fastball.
Yes, he does.
Last fastball to Ichiro at 96 miles an hour. Take a look at the defense behind him in the outfield. Thames in left, Rasmus is in center field, Bautista in right. Laurie gets started third base, Escobar and Hill up the middle, Adam Lind in first. And Jose Molina getting his first start. He'll be behind the plate tonight. Numbers for Morrow: a 4.55 ERA, 126 2/3, 142 strikeouts. He's given up 10 home runs this year, but he can be overpowering at times. If he gets his breaking ball over, makes him awfully tough.
His last outing against the Angels, one of the guys he faced was Vernon Wells, making his first return to Toronto after the trade. And Vernon Wells got just a rousing ovation. First pitch Morrow threw, gone, hit it out. He said it was the second worst slider I've thrown. I said, what was the first one? He said, the pitch before it I threw to Torrey Hunter that went to the wall. Nice kid out of the University of California, Mariners former #1 pick. Traded in December '09, brought Brandon League back here to the Mariners, and you know how successful Brandon League has been. He's been sensational. Made the All-Star team this year. 1-2 to Goody. Scoop by Jose Molina. There's Brandon. Always good to see a little Brandon League time. He got yesterday off. Club on a 13-7 short end, but he's 30 out of 34 in save opportunities. Great year. Bouncing ball, Escobar plants, throws, and just gets Gutierrez. Escobar's got a nice arm.
That's the range over into the hole, backhanded play. Plants and gets rid of it quickly with something on it. Lind able to keep his foot on the bag. Gutierrez always hustling. Gutierrez going into that at bat hitting .314 for the month of August. It's good to see him get things turned around.
Last ball to Ackley for strike. Dustin 1 for 3 last evening. Strike 2. Pitches. And Morrow disposes of Ackley. Brandon's first strikeout. Zeros on the board after 1 here at 2-2. here at Safeco Field. Welcome, folks. Annual Boeing Salute to Kids Day. It's coming up on Sunday, August 28th. Mariners and the White Sox will be squaring off at 1:10. All kids 14 and under, you're going to get a Felix Hernandez t-shirt, plus youngsters 6 to 14. You can enter now at any Mariners team store for honorary ballpark jobs that day. For tickets to Salute the Kids Day, visit mariners.com/tickets. Top of the second, Edwin Encarnacion lead it off. DH. Be followed by Colby Rasmus and Brett Laurie. Evan first inning gives up 1 base hit, struck out 2. Just like the word on Encarnacion, boy, he didn't like that at all. Talking to Mariners minor league folks about Bevan when he was en route here. A strike thrower, in which we've seen a lot here, particularly in those first 6 starts. All in 2 strikes. Encarnacion 1 for 2 last night. He scored 3 times. Hit a ton. Deep left field. Robinson running out of room. It's gone. Back wall of the bullpen bounces right back out. Encarnacion, his 12th home run. RBI number 37. 1-0 Toronto. 1-2 pitch. He didn't miss it. Toronto, home run number 142 on the season.
And he gets a high fastball. You can see Bard wanting it up. And he gets all over it right at the top of the strike zone. No doubt about that one as it hits the back of the bullpen. Ricochets back onto the field.
389 feet. Colby Rasmus. Recently coming over from St. Louis. He went 1 for 4, 4 runs batted in. Encarnacion, boy, he's a little hacked off at that second strike. He unleashed. 1-1 to Rasmus. The bases loaded double yesterday. That was the first inning. How about the long innings Toronto had yesterday? 9 men in the first, 8 in the 5th, and 8 in the 6th to get their 13 runs.
What did Jason have to throw in the first? Something like 34 pitches. A lot of pitches in the first for him.
There's Jason Vargas, record now at 7 and 11. Still 1-2 to Rasmus. Toronto starting tonight, 4th place, American League East, behind the Yankees, Red Sox, Tampa Bay. Mariners' next stop will be traveling tomorrow, going diagonally across the country to the great ballpark at St. Petersburg, Florida, Tropicana Field.
You like the Trop? No, not so much.
No.
Okay.
I do like it, but it is roofed. And you get away from the heat and humidity.
There's air conditioning.
Right. Ackley to his left. Goes to Karp. 1 out. Local favorite Brett Laurie. That A-Rod and Jeter were his favorite players growing up in Langley, British Columbia. I said, you remind me a little bit of Pete Rose. He runs everything out hard.
He's not only running hard, but he can get down the line in good shape,
Yes,
too.
sir. 3 for 4 last night. 2 runs scored and an RBI. 1 for 4 from a home run. 4th inning of Monday's game.
There's a 5-game hitting streak. 444 over that. 8 for 18. Only 39 at bats for him, but 15 hits and 39 at bats.
Described himself as an energy guy, and you can see why. 1-0 on the Encarnacion leadoff homer here in the second. Two.
A lot of fastballs from Bevan here early in the game. 8 out of 10 pitches have been fastballs.
Two and two. His sister Danielle, a great pitcher at the University of Washington, national champion a couple of years ago. Full count.
Aaron Hill waiting on deck. He's had a tough year this year. He saw the .229 batting average. Only 6 home runs for Hill.
Payoff to Larry. Down to Seager, gets a very nice hop. Throws over to Cart. 2 down. Take a look at that Mariner calendar. Being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. What a season winding down. This is game number 123. Travel day tomorrow. Tampa Bay for 3. It'll be the 3rd time facing the Rays. Then the Tribe will be in Cleveland. 4 games, 44 hours. Come home Wednesday night, off day Thursday, and then the White Sox will be in town, followed by the Angels. There's Aaron Hill. Fly ball to left field for Robinson. So after the home run, Blake Bevan settles down. A couple of ground outs and a pop. 1-0 Jays. Root Sports is being brought to you by AT&T. Find Money Tree looking for a loan with more time to repay. Apply for a Money Tree payday loan online at moneytreeinc.com. By Jeep, we don't just make SUVs, we make history. Mike Carp deleted up, takes a strike. Mike, the hottest hitter the Mariners have, a 16-game hitting streak, best in the majors right now, hitting at .331. Morrow, strike, blows one by Carp.
And he is rushing it up there early in the game. It's topped out at 97 miles an hour. That last fastball at the top of the strike zone.
Morrow really disappointed. He missed the Mariners by a day in the trip they made here in April. Getting his opportunity here tonight. 10-7 for the Jays last year. 8-7. 4.55 ERA. Into the glove of Molino. Cart, he's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts. A lot of work done here. Let's see. Mariner cards, hats, T-shirts. I even stolen second base. Oh, he needed some rally.
We give him the rally price. He going to get second base back?
Yeah, good call. There's another hot hitter. Very well might. Casper Wells, a 5-game hitting streak, and he's homered in each of his last 4 games. 5 home runs total in his 12 games with the Mariners. Danny Tartabull, last rookie to go 4 consecutive games with a home run. You got to go back to 86. April of 86. Last Mariner to do it 5 consecutive games. Alex Rodriguez in August of '99. Ken Griffey Jr. has the record. 8 consecutive ball games, July 20 through the 28th of 1993. Caught Wells by surprise. It's 3 straight strikeouts now by Brendan Morrow.
I think we're finding out early in the game. Brian Runge's telling the guys, swing the bats. A bit of a different strike zone than we saw last night. Casper thought that pitch was borderline up and in. According to the tracer, it looks like it was. That'll be a tough pitch to try to get to at 97 miles an hour.
Here's Javon Robinson. In there for a strike. See it in every sport. Guy comes back to his original franchise, amped up, about 8 to 10 times more than he generally is. A little off there, misses 1-1. Robinson, good night last night. 2 for 5, 2 runs batted in, runs scored. Two. Brendan Morrow's on a roll, folks. He struck out the side here in the second. He's got 4 in a row, and he has just been blistering that ball right to the plate here. Save Goldfield, 1-0 Jays.
Granderson chasing Jose Bautista for the home run lead. Puts his 34th into the fountain in the first against the Royals tonight. He is now just one behind the Blue Jay, who hit his 35th here last night. Yankees trailing the Royals. Back upstairs.
All right, Angie, thank you very much.
Granderson is putting something together this year for the Yankees, isn't he?
He and Kevin Long, they worked on, they saw something during spring training. They corrected it. He was flying open too much. Moved his hands, I think, down a little bit, and he's just been ridiculous all year. And he's as good a guy. You know, we talked about Tomey the other day. Yeah. Granderson's the same kind of guy.
Agree.
Jose Molina. What a family business they had. We saw Benji. Matter of fact, Benji was here a couple of nights ago. We saw him down in Texas. Got years, started catching for the Cardinals. Bevan is behind here, 2-1 to Jose. Back up the middle, base hit. Third hit given up by Bevan. Time for AT&T trivia question. All right, here we go. Let's see. How many active players have hit more home runs in a season than Jose Bautista? 0, 1, 2, or 3. How many active players have hit more homers in a season than Jose Bautista? He had 54 last year, led the majors. Active. Erod hit more than 54, didn't he?
I thought so, though.
He's on the DL right now as we get back to the top of the order. Yunel Escobar. Bautista leading the majors again with 35. Got to bounce
Howard
around.
had a couple of big years in Philly, didn't he?
Ryan Howard, he hit 50. You know, he hit 51, 52. 55. I'm
going to go with 0. I don't think Alex hit 55, did he? I'll go with 0, maybe.
Well, just to be sporty, I'll go with 1.
Okay.
Another line drive up the middle. So Escobar makes it 2-on here.
A couple of pitches that have been down and away to Molina, and now Escobar hitting the ball hard back up the middle on Bevan. See Bevan's totals. Blake 45 pitches for him, 32 strikes, 13 balls. That's what we're used to seeing out of Blake. He throws a lot of strikes.
Goes back to what we talked about Pineda, remember, against Boston. Not moving a lot of feet. These guys get comfortable in there.
Young pitchers. They both have size to them. I think that'll change eventually.
These guys are really, in this whole series, Toronto, been digging in and really wailing. Chance for 2. There's 1. There's the back end. Molina the third. Nicely turned. Ackley, Wilson, and Cart.
That's what you like to see. Sinking fastball down and away from Thames. Thames looks like he wants to be aggressive. First ball fastball hitter. Easy turn for Jack Wilson. Ackley's done a good job of giving the feeds to the shortstop, whether it's been Brendan Ryan or now Jack, while Brendan has been on the DL. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry and rush at all.
No panic. Same with Seager down at third. 2 accomplished young players. All right, here we go. Here's Bautista. Runner at third. Molina, you'll note, will be way foul. He's just checking with Tim McClellan. It's far enough. McClellan, the third base umpire's laughing at him. Molina checking. I'm going to get foul. Brian Butterfield, the third base coach.
McClellan's laughing at him. I can't say that I blame him, though.
That's exactly right. 2-0. Bautista, 2-2 pitch. Single to right his first time up.
And as you mentioned, with somebody that hit 54 home runs last year and leading the league with 35, single into right field is not necessarily a bad thing.
2-0. Bart set up outside. 3-0. Double play, a big help, but this is a big out here.
He's hacking. Let's take a look at the tracer. That pitch just a little bit wide. Brian Runge calls him back.
Bautista walked 3 times last night. 2 for 2, 3 runs scored, 2 ribbies. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Outside, Molina, no. Speed is not a family trait. He'll keep it right there.
I would have been shocked if he tried to go home.
First walk issued by Bevan.
And you can see Molina on third base as Bard tries to keep the ball in front of him. A lot of times when it kicks away that far, the runner will go, but Molina does not run well, so he stays at third.
Adam Lind struck out on a 1-2 pitch his first time. 1-0 Toronto. Encarnacion led off the second inning with a home run. Mariners have been set down in order by former teammate Brendan Morrow, who's got 4 strikeouts, including the last 4 in a row.
Blake was able to punch him out with fastballs away. Elevated the last one.
Here to Adam Lind. Down the line. Robinson running out of room. Foul ball. Bevan way ahead here. 0-2. First start for Bevan against these Toronto Blue Jays. Deep left field. Robinson turning around. He's at the track and watches it leave the yard. A 3-run homer by Adam Lind. 4-0 Toronto. Their second home run tonight. Got it on an 0-2 pitch. Well, they have displayed some power in this series.
Well, Blake tried to go back there again where he was able to strike him out the first time, which was on a high fastball. An 0-2 pitch. You can see Bart set up off the plate away. Too much of the plate with that one. It's about belt high as Lind hits his 22nd home run of the year. And Bard, Carl Willis making a trip out to the mound. And I think that Blake will look back at that one as a mistake and an 0-2 count. You can see Josh, he was set up quite a bit off the plate. He wanted that pitch well away to see if he could get him to chase it. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get it there.
2 home runs tonight. 2 home runs last night. 3 home runs on Monday. Toronto Blue Jays. Here's Encarnacion. He got it started leading off the second with a home run. Back of the bullpen. There's a strike.
A high fastball. Fastball that was up and in. You don't see many right-handed hitters that handle a pitch that was elevated as high as the one that Blake threw. Encarnacion. See his last at bat, the 4th pitch, right there at the top of the strike zone and in.
1-1 to the Jays DH.
Take a look at this home run. Just tomahawks it into the back of the bullpen.
Resounding thud as it hit that wall back there. 1-2.
Wow, that looked like it crossed up Josh, didn't it?
Big time.
You don't see that much without anybody on base. Typically, if there's a runner at second, Josh will go through a series of signs, and sometimes there's a mix up there, but with nobody on, it should be pretty straightforward on what he's going to throw. 58 pitches now for Blake. 20 pitches in the first, 18 in the second, now 20 so far here in the third. You can see him. He went to block a slider, and that was a fastball, two-seam fastball away. Handcuffed him.
That one hit him. So Encarnacion, he's aboard. Hit by a pitch.
He hits him on the back of the hand, trying to go back inside, and Blake's going to make sure he gets it in there. I don't think there's much doubt about that.
Hit by a pitch, and Encarnacion will take his base. Seventh man to the plate here in the third inning, Colby Erasmus. Erasmus first time up, grounded out to second base.
Blake struggling with his off-speed pitches. We saw it earlier in Boston with Pineda. Fenway Park, another club that really swings it, and they started eliminating pitches on him, and were able to get on the fastball, even though Pineda was throwing 96 miles an hour, and Blake seems to be having the same issue.
Runner goes, Bart's throw. Yes, sir. Got him. Nice quick release by Josh Bart. Throws out Encarnacion. That'll do it for the Jays here in the third, but they do some damage. A 3-run homer by Adam Lind. Another nice throw by Bart. It's 4-0 Blue Jays. Budweiser. This year, Budweiser will donate $100 to Folds of Honor for every home run hit in Major League Baseball. Visit Facebook.com/Budweiser to see how you can help support our nation's heroes. Brandon Morrow struck out the last 4 men that he's faced. Here's Kyle Seager to lead it off for the Mariners, and we are thrilled to have Mariners #1 pick Danny Holtzen joining us here. Danny, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Glad you signed, man. And
yeah.
I know you are too.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I saw a couple of coaches. I popped my head in the coach's office. I said, how'd those How'd the two new kids look to you? And Mike Brumley, the first base coach, said, "Rich."
Yeah. It feels good.
Two-time Pitcher of the Year in the ACC. Tell me, what it means to you to have that contract signed and being here with the club.
It feels great. I looked at it as I had, two unbelievable opportunities.
Yeah.
I could, come here and start a professional career, which has, always been a dream of mine. But, I could have, gone back to school and had another unbelievable experience there. But I'm just very glad this has all worked out, and I'm very excited to get started.
Anxious?
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, I haven't played. I haven't picked up a ball since our last game, so I'm itching to get back there.
Well, where do you think you're going to head? Where are they going to send you right away?
I'm going to go to the Instructional League for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the Arizona Fall League. So I'm excited to get started with that. Fall
Leagues, that's a good league.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys that are out here right now went to the Fall League.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And there's a lot of good competition there, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
When did you get into town?
This morning, actually.
This morning.
Yep, got up very early and slept all the way here. So woke up and we were here. So it was a good fun.
Well, that's smart.
Trip.
You're learning right away because it's a long day once you got here, hasn't it been?
It's
exactly
been very
right.
It's been very fun though.
Seager strikes out. It's 5 strikeouts in a row. You saw some familiar faces from the ACC here with Seager and Ackley, right?
Yeah, I remember
North
playing.
Carolina boys.
I remember playing those guys. Those guys were unbelievable back then, and they're showing off their talents here. So it's pretty cool to see them make it all the way here.
I liked what Brad Miller said. I don't have to face them anymore. You guys, Virginia and Clemson had some good battles.
Yeah, we did. We had some close games. I'm very glad that I don't have to face Brad anymore either.
Player of the Year in the ACC, Brad Miller. We'll have him a little bit later. His father, Brad's dad, was telling me he thinks your talent is so good that you could make it here in the big leagues at some point next year. Do you think that is a possibility?
Well, I hope so. I sure hope so. It's always the goal to make it to the majors as soon as possible. But it feels good to have people say that about you. So hopefully, I can make it up there.
What's the best part about you as a pitcher? As this ball goes into, that's a nice catch. That's a heck of an effort by Eric Thames. Eric Thames into the stands. Great effort. Falls into a bunch of fans over there. Young man from the Bay Area. Barry Bonds fan growing up. Makes a terrific catch. 2 down. That's our Coors Light freeze can. Let's take another look.
Great concentration from Thames. As you get over there, a lot of times the hands will get in the way. He gets up above that, and then he'll tumble into the stands and is able to hang on to it. Looked like he tried to come out the end of his glove.
Good-looking player.
Yeah, great concentration, though. Front row seat.
Quick 2 outs here in the third. Brandon Morrow, perfect through the first 8 men. What's your greatest asset, Danny, as a pitcher?
I'd probably just say I may not come across as really competitive, but I'm a really competitive guy once I'm out on the mound. That's baseball's a tricky game. You're not going to have your best stuff every time you're out there. So I think the really competitive attitude, will make up for those days where you don't have the best stuff.
How did you not go into a career in medicine? Your dad's a neonatologist, you told me, and your mother's a psychologist, and here you are in the business of baseball.
Yeah, that's true. Both my parents are doctors, which is very cool. But that wasn't my path. My brother and I chose baseball. So.
And your brother's working with the Nationals.
Yes, he's an intern with the Nationals.
And what's he want to do eventually?
His dream is to be a GM one day. So. Hopefully we both of us got big dreams, so hopefully we get through. We get to them.
You could be setting up a scenario you might have to negotiate with him at some point.
That would be crazy. I don't know how that would go.
You're a pretty good hitter in college. You going to miss swinging the bat?
Oh, absolutely. I'll definitely miss swinging the bat, but along with that, I'm just going to miss playing every day. In college, you could have the opportunity to contribute both on the mound and hitting. So it'll be a little different. Watching from the sideline a little bit more, but hopefully if I'm lucky enough one day, I can come up here and lay down a bunt in interleague play or something like that.
You'll get a chance to swing. Yeah. What's the best piece of advice some of the guys may have told you earlier today after the news conference and everything?
Just keep working hard. All this. Brad and I are a little wide-eyed out here with being amongst our heroes. But we just need to stay grounded and keep working hard, and hopefully we'll make it up here one day.
That's a very, very good attitude. Hey, what do you remember about Brad as a player? I mean, he was ACC Player of the Year. You're 2-time Pitcher of the Year, but what kind of shortstop was he at Clemson?
He was awesome. He was one of those guys that, scouting other teams, we were like, this guy can't beat us. This guy's their guy. We got to pitch around him a little bit. We got to be careful with this guy. So, he was definitely a really good player.
Good range?
Oh, unbelievable range. He's got cannon. Yeah, he can pick it. He can do everything.
It's music to Mariner fans' ears.
Yeah.
Ichiro's on deck. 3 and 2 here to Jack Wilson. Danny Hultzen, the Mariners' #1 pick. And Brett Miller in town. They signed their contracts. Here's a payoff to Wilson. And there goes the perfect game here for Mr. Morrow. Retired the first 8 men. Gives up a walk here.
What did you think of the process?
It was crazy, you know.
It's long, isn't it?
Very long process.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downtime. You know, you get once the draft happens, you get the excitement of the draft, and then you wait for most of the summer, and then things start to heat up right at the end. But it was a very exciting process.
Did the draft go the way you expected it to, or are you a little bit surprised? Or
I was very surprised. I went into the draft without really any expectations. I was just kind of hoping for my name to get picked sometime up there, but I had no idea it would be picked that early, and it was an awesome surprise.
Yeah, that really would be.
Now, you went to the University of Virginia. Where are you from originally?
Bethesda, Maryland.
Bethesda, Maryland. Okay, so you grew up an Oriole fan?
Yes. Yep. Watching Cal Ripken and Brady Anderson and those guys. I was a big fan of them.
Good crew. How about pitching wise? Who would you liken yourself to in left-handed pitching?
I don't really like to compare myself to other pitchers, but if any left-handed pitchers on TV, I'm going to watch them and just kind of decide and just try to pick up things.
Yeah.
But I remember growing up watching Andy Pettit a lot. I liked him a lot.
Good choice.
Eric Bedard when he was an Oriole, I liked watching him a lot.
There's Ichiro, fly ball, right field. Nice play by Aaron Hill. Well, Danny, welcome to the family. It's good to have you. Danny Hultzen.
Hope to see you back here soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, real soon. That would be great. Danny Hultzen joining us here. Here's some of the beautiful things you'll be seeing here in Seattle. It's 4-0 Toronto. Nothing Blue Jays. Let's revisit our AT&T trivia question. How many active players have hit more home runs in a season than Jose Bautista? Fans went with C2. Mike went with 0. And I went with B1. Survey says fans got it right. Ryan Howard went for 57 and Alex for 58 and 57 respectively.
See, I lean on you for the Phillies, and you can't. You tell me Howard was 51. He had 58.
58. How did I miss that one? Jeez. 4-0 Toronto. They've hit their share of home runs. Colby Erasmus going to lead it off. And another top draft pick for the Mariners. Brett Miller's in town here, shortstop. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you here.
Hey, happy to be here.
What's that? Give us an idea what your day's been like here.
It's been we've gotten a lot accomplished today. It's been a lot of fun. Showed us around the park. Got to meet the media a little bit, and they've treated us well.
Good for you. Good for you. Now, you were Player of the Year in the ACC. I've heard good things about you from Danny Hultzen and his folks. What's your greatest asset? What are you going to bring to the table here to the Mariner organization?
I think my focus is just on winning. I think I'm just a baseball player and try to go out there and be a good teammate and help the team win.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Counts 2-1 here. Colby Erasmus pitch from Bevan. That's fouled off.
Danny said he was going to the instructional league and then the fall league. Are you doing the same thing, or what have they told you about where your start's going to be?
I actually I fly out Friday morning to Clinton, Iowa, to the Midwest League, and then planning on going to instructional league as well in October. So I'm excited about that. Ready to get playing.
There's a high fly ball deep to right field. Given chase. Wells starting to run out of room because it's gone. Colby Erasmus with the home run. Third home run in as many innings for the Toronto Blue Jays. The 3 home runs matches the 3 they hit a couple of nights ago, and it's now 5-0 Toronto.
It's a towering home run from Rasmus. Has struggled since coming over to the Jays from the Cardinals, but that pitch is breaking ball right in the middle of the plate.
Boy,
Right, yeah, Blake Bevan. Yeah, a couple of games in a row now for Blake after getting off to such a great start, struggling in the last 2 outings.
Brett Laurie is the hitter. Going to Iowa works out well for you. Your dad told me he's originally from Iowa.
Yeah, he actually he grew up in Cedar Falls, Iowa, and played baseball at Northern Iowa. So he knows the area, and actually I think I'm going to have some family actually be able to come over and see me. So that'll be fun.
He said your granddad and a couple uncles and everybody out there, so you at least have some familiar faces.
Exactly. Yeah, that's probably the closest I'm ever going to play to Cedar Falls, Iowa. So it's kind of cool.
Now you're originally from Orlando, Florida. You go to Clemson. Now tell me about pitching, seeing Danny Holtzen when he was on the mound. Now he's your teammate, but what was it like facing him?
I didn't fare so well against him. I mean, when his stuff's really on, it's not much you can do. So, I faced him one time last year, my sophomore year, and then this spring. And I mean, he can throw anything. He has 3 pitches that he commands, and he keeps everything low, and doesn't leave anything over the plate. So, obviously, getting drafted as high, as he did, he deserves it. He's just getting to meet him too. I couldn't be happier that we're in the same organization and I don't have to face him anymore.
Yeah, really. Yeah, your dad said his sliders are killing.
Yeah. He he knows when to throw it in the zone, and he knows when to bury it, and obviously has pretty good control of it. So he got me a couple times this year with that. So. Yeah, it's definitely good playing behind him now, hopefully.
You're a big guy for a shortstop. Had you always played at shortstop all the way through high school?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yep, always played shortstop, and I really enjoy it out there. It's my favorite position, and it's a lot of fun.
Who were your guys growing up? Who'd you watch?
Ken Griffey Jr. I'm from.
Good answer. Here in Seattle.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he actually he lives in my town in the off season.
In Orlando, sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So always a big Griffey fan. Always the Mariners for Little League. Just kind of coincidence, but.
Well, that worked out well for you,
sir.
didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
You ready to play a couple hundred games a year?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I've been it's the longest I've gone without playing ball. So I'm ready on Friday to get to Clinton and get this thing started.
Yeah, good.
Yes, sir.
How about you? I asked Danny this. What advice did you get from some of the guys when you had a chance to mix with them earlier to MVP?
A lot of them were just saying to soak it in today and to get to work. Obviously they've all worked their way up to where we want to be. And they said that was the biggest thing was just playing the same way every day and really working at it. So it was nice to meet everybody. It seems like a really positive clubhouse and a bunch of good guys.
You're a Clemson guy.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Smoke's a South Carolina guy. How much grief did he give you?
He was. I was staying away from that just because he has the trump card. The past couple years, but no, we were more talking about the ACC, and he was giving us grief for all these ACC guys with Ackley and Seager and us. So. Yeah, but South Carolina, obviously, our big rival, and they've had a good couple years, so I was staying away from that.
Yeah, and in football, too.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Do what you have to do to keep your confidence, because this is a humbling game.
For sure.
And as you move along, you're going to do just fine, but there's going to be some tough days ahead of you, and just keep your confidence, and I think things will work out
definitely.
all right for you.
I appreciate it. Yep, it's definitely, you got to learn how to manage failure.
Yeah.
And it's it's exciting though, the chance to go out there and play every day. In college, you got to take some days off for other things, but getting to play every day is going to be exciting. You
got to go into the inner sanctum. Eric Wedge brought you into his office, the manager. What did the skipper have to say?
Kind of the same words. Like he was talking. Just got to bring the same attitude to the park every day, no matter how you perform or how it goes. It's a long season, and you got to be able to stay even keeled throughout the whole thing. And
here's Jack Wilson throwing out Jose Molina. Hey, Brad, thanks a lot, man.
Hey,
welcome aboard. Good to have you in the family.
Appreciate
here.
It.
Appreciate
nice
it.
to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right. Draft judge for the Mariners signed today here in Danny Holtzen. It's 5-0 Blue Jays. Budweiser official beer of the first inning. Great times are on deck. Grab some buds. Work to do for the Mariners. They're in a hole 5-0. They were down 6-0, rallied, tied it up, and then lost 13-7 last night. See what they can do here this evening. Bottom of the fourth. Gutierrez, Ackley, and Carp.
Looks like it might be a little bit tougher tonight. Morrow was on top of his game. Topped out at 98 miles an hour. Looks like he can throw his off-speed pitches for strikes, and that'll speed up his fastball.
Brandon at one stretch struck out 5 consecutive hitters. 4 swinging, 1 looking. 0-2. Danny Holtzen, Brad Miller, nice kids. Look forward to seeing them in action. I tell you, Brad Miller's dad, Steve, was adamant. He says Holtzen's going to be at the big club sooner rather than later.
Well, they both seem really excited about getting started with their careers. It's a lot of fun to see the young guys here. The excitement of it all for them. They'll be in the grind of it soon enough, so they may as well enjoy a couple of days here in Seattle.
A nice break for Miller to go back to Iowa, where he's got family up there. That's pretty cool. That works out well for him.
Yeah.
1-2 strikes to Gutierrez, grounded out to shortstop his first time. High drive, deep right center field. It's got some carry. No, it's caught by Colby Rasmus. Good ride by Goody. Right in front of the 385 sign. Rasmus, we've seen him in the highlight shows over the last year or so, making some great home run saving catches when he was with the Cardinals.
Take a look at the swing by Franklin. He's hit the ball well here in the month of August, and not much wind with the flags tonight, but the ball seems to be really carrying out towards right center. The home run by Rasmus, and then that one by Gutierrez up against the fence.
Mariners still looking for their first hit at one base runner. It was Jack Wilson on a 3-2 pitch. He walked. with 2 outs in the 3rd. There's a strike to Ackley. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time. Morrow doing a little bit more of a turn on his pivot and his windup than what he did when he was here with the Mariners.
47 pitches for Brandon. Again, he's topping out at 98 miles an hour.
Ackley swings and misses.
Dustin is a good fastball hitter, but to catch up to it at the top of the strike zone with the type of fastball that Morrow has tonight is going to be difficult. Turner Henderson try to get the ball down a little bit if they can.
Full count.
Good eye. You gotta come over now, Dustin.
Mike Carp's on deck. Brandon Morrow's gotten into the 7th inning in each of his last 3 starts. Nice to have the counsel of a catcher who's been around like Josh Bard. Tremendous asset for the Mariners. He and Olivo, a couple of guys have been through the wars. Payoff pitch. Popped up. Go play. Morrow's lost his last 2 starts, lost to the Angels, and at Baltimore's last victory, beat Texas, going 7 innings. Ooh, boy, we've seen way too much of this the last week, and thank goodness for these helmets. Call the manufacturer, send him a thank you card right now. Miguel Olivo took one on the chin last night and had a stretch where he got hit 3 consecutive pitches.
Look at the foul ball off the bat of Ackley. There you go. Well, that's a wake-up call.
Got that up top of the forehead. Kell took his off the chin area. That's the hockey style mask. Olivo wears the standard baseball design. Here's a payoff again. Swing and a miss. Ackley's gone. 6 strikeouts. He's only in the 4th inning.
Look at it again, just a fastball, 97 miles an hour. He is really rushing it up there. And Ackley has shown that he can handle the fastball, but Morrow has a lot of life to his fastball tonight.
Saddle up. Here's Carp.
Carp with a 16-game hitting streak. Ended up striking out swinging his first time up. Mike hitting .328 overall with 6 home runs.
There's the first base hit. Mike Carp hitting streak lives. It's at 17. So 17-game hitting streak, longest in the majors right now.
And he gets an off-speed pitch, is able to handle an off-speed pitch in the middle of the plate. There you can see it, the second pitch. Almost in the center of the box, and he hits it hard back up the middle. 17-game hitting streak for Mike.
Toronto with a 5-0 lead. They've hit 3 home runs. Solo home run by Encarnacion, a 3-run shot by Lind, and a solo home run by Rasmus. Jays have 8 home runs in these 3 games. Casper Wells got a nice little run going. 4 games, 4 homers. Mariners have hit 4 home runs in this series. 1-1 to Wells. 2-1. Went in our high home plate camera roll up here a couple pitches ago. Two balls, two strikes to Casper Wells.
Again, another good fastball from Brandon Morrow. Casper has shown that he can handle the fastball, but I think it's the late life of Morrow's fastball. They all seem to be a little bit tardy on it, having a tough time catching up with it.
2-2 pitch.
This looks like a slider in the outside corner, and Casper just gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Full count.
Trayvon Robinson waiting for his turn.
Two outs. Carp will be on the move. 3-2 pitch from Morrow. There goes Carp. Pitch swung on and missed. Jag applied. Inning over. 7 strikeouts for Brendan Morrow. He's given up just 1 hit. 5-0 Jays.
As we head into the 5th inning, meantime, Jack Dewsbury and the Timbers visiting Sporting KC. Portland down 2-0 in the 72nd minute, trying to clear the box, but Sunisad stands in the way, deflecting in his first MLS goal off of some bad luck. Just one of those nights for Portland. They fall 3-1. Dave and Mike, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. Top of the order. Yunel Escobar, Eric Thames, and Jose Bautista here in the 5th against Blake Bevan. A lot of comfortable at bats again this entire series, Mike.
You notice that first swing?
I was talking to Eric Wedge about that. I said, hey, you know, you needed a second touchdown to get back in that game last night. You didn't get it. And this is not a team that, you know, that I'm not advocating anybody, but, you know, come inside. And he says, yeah, there's 3 ways to work it. And we have to, as an organization, have to learn how to get better at doing that. Because we've seen Boston dig in. We've seen Texas dig in. These guys, you got the Yankees still to come.
Well, and you see that in those clubs that you're talking about, a lot of veteran hitters. And the Mariners on the flip side of it, talented but young pitchers.
And that's what Eric said. Right? And
yeah.
What did you, when you were coming up and you had young pitchers, at what point, I mean, like Randy Johnson, I mean, he was, let's say he was a badass.
A different thing.
Different deal.
Yeah.
But did anybody take from that?
What do you mean?
In terms of learning, hey, man, you got to move some guys off the plate. If guys are getting in there and they're rushing up and they're just, you know, just back-legging on you. I mean,
like that?
That got him?
I'm not sure. Not sure if he was able to get out of the way or not.
But for pitchers to survive, I mean, you know, as a hitter, you've been there. Didn't hit him, got his attention.
I think the biggest key for me is if you watch a hitter and when they're swinging, if they swing and miss or they foul a pitch off and you see them falling out over the plate, they're going out and getting it, and it's time to make them a little bit uncomfortable. And again, it's not trying to hit anybody.
Correct.
But you just have to let them know that you're going to come in there. And for Blake, he pitches away a lot. And you see that swing right there by Escobar. The pitch that's middle away for him on the outer half of the plate. And he takes a swing. To watch him take a swing at it. And then his momentum, you can see his upper body just leaning out over the plate. And that gives you an idea that you might want to make him a little bit uncomfortable.
Center field backs up Gutierrez. He's there. One out in the fifth.
But that's something that you have to learn.
Yeah, when I was talking to Eric Wedge about that, that's exactly what he said. He said we had a little bit of that in Cleveland. Young staff here. We see Pineda do it occasionally. Felix has ridiculous stuff. He doesn't really have to worry about it so much. But some of these other guys, don't you think?
And they'll get there. And it doesn't matter how hard you throw.
Exactly.
Vargas can send the same message by coming inside, even though his fastball is 87 miles an hour. It's just a matter of getting the attention of the other club and letting them know that. You mentioned Randy. Randy was different just because half the time you didn't know where it was going to go, and
Nor did he.
And he looked like he was a crazy man, and he'd let you know that he'd come in there. And that's a different thing. But the guys that are out there on a daily basis can certainly help their situation out by keeping hitters honest. But it's also something, and a lot of these guys, and I think for a long time, especially with the young pitchers, because of the aluminum bats, they're so used to pitching away, Dave. They're more comfortable pitching on the other side of the plate.
Absolutely.
And it's something that you have to learn. You have to figure out a way to get in there. And you mentioned Michael and even Blake, that they have good command, and they can certainly do that. But it's having an understanding of when to go in there, why you go in there, look at the hitter's reaction, set things up after that. And we had a great shot of Josh Parr talking to Blake. Those are things that he will be able to bring to the table for Blake.
Thames works a walk. I read a book. Bob Gibson, Reggie Jackson. I can't remember the name. 60 feet 6 inches, I believe it was, and it was about life as a baseball player from the pitcher and the hitter's perspective. And you know, Mr. Gibson saying, "Hey, the inside part of that plate's mine."
And the thing that's interesting about it is I will guarantee you this. If Blake were to throw one inside to Batista right here, Batista's thought is the next pitch is probably going to be something soft and it's going to be something away. And you can't make a mistake with that. So sometimes you have to double up going inside.
I always go back to what Batista told me in April about Pineda. If he would become effectively wild like Mr. Ryan, he could really be something. Batista single to right, walk, run, score. Back up this way.
Play, Dan.
Just a little bit to our right. Apologies to Bob Uecker.
We're getting some action out of the Mariners pen. It looks like Dan Cortez is going to get loose. This will be the 94th pitch for Blake.
But Cortez had a nice outing on Monday. 2 innings, 2 hits. By his own admission, he gets too amped up sometimes. He's able to breathe. It made a difference. 0-2 to the Major League home run leader, Jose Bautista. Love a double play ball here. He's had one turn behind him in the third, but he's also given up 3 home runs, a couple of solo shots on Encarnacion and Rasmus, and a 3-run shot to Adam Lind, accounting for the 5 runs for Toronto. Bounces up to Thames, gets second easily. Wild pitch. Ball and 2 strikes to Bautista. Got him out in front. Take a look at the high-speed pitch. Morrow at 98-93 for Bev. The reason I brought that whole topic up is because sometimes, don't you think, as a ball club or as a staff, you need to have that reputation. Hey, man, you're going to play Seattle. You're going to go play XYZ team. And this is a staff. They mean business in that regard. I mean, you've played against staffs like that, right?
Yeah, and again, they'll get there. It's going to take some time. I like the fact that they're having discussions about it. But you have to be able to do it. And when you go in there, there has to be some conviction behind it.
Absolutely.
So that the hitter has an understanding that you're willing to do that.
No doubt about it. 2-2. Punches him out. You can hear Bautista say, hey, that was outside to Brian Runge.
And you take a look at the tracer. It looks like it was, but Blake Bevan will take it. It was great the way Josh Bard caught that pitch. You see catchers sometimes where they catch a pitch and they try to jerk it back into the strike zone.
Nice and soft.
Umpires are never going to go for that, but yep, nice and soft. Let the ball travel.
Here's Lind. He was behind 0-2 and homered to the opposite field, and he drives another one deep to left center. But Gutierrez has this one under control for the 3rd out. So Goody makes the catch there, and Bevan's out of trouble. Mariners offense needs an appearance. They're down 5-0. This series. Love our Mariners. Good to have you on board here at Safeco Field. Beautiful night. Mariner offense trying to get tracking here. They have 1 base hit. Mike Cart extended his hitting streak to 17 games. Brandon Morrow, Mike, has got an extraordinarily live fastball tonight.
He
7
does.
Ks and 1 walk.
He does. He's starting to mix in his split and a slider.
Fouled off of Molina.
You can see Molina too, even on that pitch, going inside to Robinson. And where does he hold his glove? He raises it. He wants it up onto their hands. Try to throw the fastball above the belt. He knows that's a difficult pitch to catch up to. You see it as a hitter coming out of his hand. It looks like a good pitch, but it's tough to get to that. That pitch ended up down a little bit. Trayvon was able to get a piece of it.
Robinson, Seager, and Bard here. A home fifth. Two. Morrow back in familiar and comfortable surroundings here at Safeco Field. 2-2 pitch. Right field, right to Bautista. One out. All the way from Virginia. All right. People traveling out this way like to see it. Larry Hernandez, the legend, continues to grow, and now it's grown into its own 7-inch bobblehead on Saturday, August 27th. When he comes to the ballpark, Mariners and the White Sox, first 20,000 fans get a one-of-a-kind Larry Hernandez bobblehead thanks to Root Sports. Get your tickets at mariners.com/tickets. Kyle Seager, strikeout victim, first time up. One and one. We've got Morrow with just three ball counts. One and two.
And he's starting to get his off-speed pitches over. Makes it tough. 70 pitches for Brandon.
Attention getter, 2-2.
Fastball, he wants to go inside, elevates it. Kyle does the right thing. You want to turn away from the pitch.
One out, nobody on. 2-2 to Seager. Struck him out. 8 strikeouts for Morrow. 2 down here in the 5th. Amped up, I would say so.
Another fastball, four-seam fastball at 97 miles an hour.
Here's Josh Bard, the catcher. Fouled out the left field.
Sorry, Dave. Brandon has double-digit strikeouts 3 times this year, as high as 11.
Crowd on hand here for Wednesday night, 26,579. Not out of play. I'm sure I shook Josh's hand and congratulated him on hanging in on that Ellsbury play the other day. He said he wasn't out when Rob Nodine came out on his seat with his eyes open, but he said he did get trucked one time, minor leagues. Joe Vitiello, 6'5" guy in the Expos chain, said pretty much knocked him out. I mean, he said it was a joke. 6'5", Adam Dunn big, blew him up.
I know he has catcher's gear on, but it takes some courage when you know a big man like that is coming into home plate and you're just standing there and know that you're going to get hit. And you have to keep your eye on the ball as he strikes out. Looking right here, 9 strikeouts now for Brandon Morrow.
It does take a lot of courage. How about Morrow? Back in Seattle and dealing through 5. With the Mariners take off for Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Bronx Bombers, they return here to Safeco Field. 3-game series. It's starting on Monday, September 12th. Don't miss Jeter, Teixeira, and the Yankees. They square up against Ichiro, Felix, and the Mariners. Get those seats today. Great weeknight series matchup between the Mariners and the Yankees. For tickets, go to mariners.com/tickets. Night's over for Blake Bevan after 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 2 walks and 3 strikeouts and 3 home runs. Ace-on shift to the bullpen brings us to Dan Cortez.
Dan has his ERA at an even 3 now. 6 innings pitched for him. Still looking for his first strikeout.
Face Encarnacion, Rasmus, and Laurie. Strike 1 to Encarnacion. Led off the second with a home run, his 12th. 3rd inning he came up, was hit by a pitch on the hand. Stung to center field, but right to Gutierrez. The Jays 3 home runs tonight, 8 on the series. Colby Rasmus, he led off the 4th with a home run. He'll stand in against Cortez, who threw the ball quite well the other day. And this is a guy that's going to be high 90s. Eric Wedge told him, just calm down a little bit. You don't have to muscle it up. You're going to get it up there in good shape, like right there at 96. Rasmus a ground out. And then the home run. Good hop right to Mr. Ackley. 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 2 outs here in the 6th. Brett Laurie grounded to 3rd and to 2nd. Two-no. Ball down to Seager. Quick release, gets a hustling Lowry. Nice play both ends. A nice job by Dan Cortez. Throws a 1-2-3-6. Mariners have been held to one hit by Brandon Morrow, their former teammate. He struck out 9. Offense trying to get going. Sixth here at Safeco Field. Multiple sclerosis stops people from moving. The National MS Society. It's got a bike MS ride. It's presented by Point B. It's turning moving into a movement. Accept the challenge and join us for the best supported 2-day bike ride in the Northwest, September 10th and 11th. Register online at bikemsnorthwest.org. Jack Wilson leading off. Wilson, Ichiro, and Gutierrez here in the 6th.
Mariners just 2 base runners in the game. Jack, one of them, hit a base on ball in the 3rd inning. And a base hit from Carp. That is it. You have to have a runner in scoring position.
Morrow's fastball electric tonight.
The people here in Seattle that remember Brandon know that at nights he can get that way where his fastball just jumps on the hitters.
Gone is Carp. That's Wilson, beg your pardon. That's his 10th strikeout. This kid is on fire.
4th time this year, double-digit strikeouts for Brandon. Again, a season high, 11.
Did that against Texas back on July 31st. It was 18 days ago. That was a 7-3 win. Ichiro 0 for 2. Coming off an 0 for 5 last night. Didn't get the ball out of the infield. Morrow working at a good pace as well. Ball and 2 strikes. 10 strikeouts for Morrow. Flip side of the coin. Jays have hit 3 home runs. Ichiro did a heck of a job fighting that one off.
Not only throwing hard, but he's been spot on with his command. 83 pitches for Brandon.
Ball and 2 strikes.
He hasn't left too many fastballs in the middle of the plate. Still throwing hard. 97 in the 1st and 97 here in the 6th. Topped out at 98 so far.
2-2 to Ichiro. Comes the 2-2. Hill has to hurry. Didn't get him no chance. Base hit for Ichiro. Second Mariner hit.
Once this gets past Brandon Morrow, no chance for Hill. Another infield hit for Ichiro.
30th infield hit for Ichiro.
Franklin Gutierrez was able to give a good ride out to right center field. Rasmus was able to go back and make a fine catch on him. Just missed a home run hitting it up against the fence.
New style binoculars, eh? Big time pop up coming over Lind. Oh, 2. Oh, 2 to count to Gutierrez, who's grounded out the short fly to center.
Blue Jays outfield shading Franklin the other way. Straight up on the infield.
Gets by Molina. Wild pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. First time the Mariners have had a runner to second base. Here we are in the 6th with 1 out. Doesn't go as Molina kicked it by accident. Ichiro holds his ground. 2-2.
First time we've seen Brandon spike a couple of breaking balls.
Two pitch. This is driven deep to left center field. Rasmus going back, not going to get it. 1 hop, stays in the yard. Ichiro scores easily. An RBI double for Franklin Gutierrez. Mariners are on the board. It's 5-1. And Goody gives it a ride. His 10th double. Picks up an RBI, his 13th.
Well, you have to have a short swing to catch up to 97 miles an hour above the belt. And Franklin throws his hands at it, gets the barrel to it, short hop the fence. It's encouraging to see him swinging the bat as well as he has this month.
Particularly turning that pitch around.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they were shaded towards right, the Jays outfield.
Which you can't blame him. Most people on Brandon's fastball are going to hit it the other way.
Absolutely.
And then you see a fastball that's up like that last one. That's a tough one, the one we've been talking about, that the guys have had a tough time getting to it. Franklin able to stay on top of it and drive it out to left center field.
Ackley struck out twice. 1 out, run in, runner on. Ackley trying to keep this thing going. 1-2. Morrow struck out everybody tonight except Ichiro Gutierrez. One-two pitch.
Brandon's high for a pitch count is 117. He's at 95 right now.
John Farrell liking what he's seeing from his right-hander. 2-2. Now full count. Right, Carp's on deck. Hottest hitter the Mariners have. No stirring down in that Toronto pen. Paid off right here to Ackley. Do it again. Two pitch. They walked it. First and second for the Mariners. One out. Could be a developing situation here with Mike Carp coming up. Make sure you change things up and ride Sound Transit to work. You're going to save money and your sanity. Visit soundtransit.org for details. Bruce Walton, the pitching coach, coming out. Second walk issued by Morrow. Carp last time up in a 1-0 pitch. The ball hard into right field for a base hit to extend his hitting streak to 17 games.
Well, it looks like he's still throwing hard. Maybe not as comfortable pitching out of the stretch as he was in the windup. Mariner hitters making him work in this inning.
So you got a 5-1 ball game. Fastball pitcher, a guy who likes the fastball and trap, and he's your best hitter. All one. Big pitch number 100 coming from Brandon Morrow.
Mike tried to get him within a run.
Carp with 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Good numbers there with runners in scoring position. Jesse Lynch firing it up right now. One and two to Carp, 2 on. Oh, he blew that one by him at 98. That's strikeout number 11. That matches his season high.
98 miles an hour. Mike takes a hack out of that pitch in the middle of the plate, top of the strike zone.
Well, Casper Wells, he stands in. He struck out looking and swinging, trying to keep his hitting streak alive. He's at 5 games and he's homered in the last 4.
I think that had a piece of his face. I'm not sure, but it looked like it hit his arm or his shoulder, and they came up and hit him in the nose.
I agree.
Looks like he has a little bit of blood coming out of his nose now. Take a look at it. Oh, yeah. I don't think it hit his shoulder at all. I think that was just a shot that caught his nose. I couldn't see it hit anything or a deflection. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Seager turned his head a lot quicker than Casper was able to on that one.
Sure he felt that, but I can tell you this from experience: you see a fastball coming up around your face, it'll scare you more than anything. And wow, that was really close to being ugly. Good for him for getting his head out of the way as quickly as he did, because that had him squared up. Looks like he'll come out of the game.
Quite fortunate.
Yes. Take another look at it. This is right, and it's running in, and it catches a piece of his face. So hopefully Casper, who's been swinging the bat extremely well for the Mariners, will be okay. Adam Kennedy take over, run the bases, and take another look at it. And oh, I'm here to tell you, he was fortunate. So Adam, I imagine Adam will go to first base, Carp will go to the outfield.
Put Trayvon Robinson probably in right field, Carp in left. Well, Robinson, they're loaded up for him. 2 outs. There are your runners. Kennedy pressed into service here. One and one. Robinson batting left-handed in the first game of this series Monday, hit one deep to left center field. Good hitter. 1 and 2. Robinson with a second inning double. Deep left center field on Monday. Rowe going to run. 1 and 2 here with the bases loaded. Two. Robinson with the bases loaded, 1 for 2 and a couple RBIs in a short time up here in the big leagues.
Morrow's pitch count, he's at 107. I have to believe this will be his last inning of work.
2-2 to Robinson. Mariners need a big hit. Bases loaded with Gutierrez, Ackley, and Kennedy. 2-2 the count to Trayvon Robinson. Rasmus in center field, shading Trayvon towards left center. 33rd pitch in this inning, foul off. It's number 110 coming up. Best opportunity the Mariners have had tonight. 2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. Strike 3 called. Strike 3 called. They leave him loaded. They do get a run on the RBI by Gutierrez. 5-1 Toronto.
Is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit one of our 178 branches or go to sterlingsavingsbank.com. Back upstairs.
Thank you, Angie. A couple of changes here for the Mariners with Casper Wells getting hit in the nose. Mike Karp from first base to right field. And Adam Kennedy, who pinch ran for Wells, he comes in and he is at first base. Josh Bard late to come out. Dan Cortez about to work his second inning. He pitched a 1-2-3 sixth. He's got Hill, Molina, and Escobar. 5-1 Jays have hit 3 home runs. Adam Lind, the big one, a 3-run shot in the second. Solo home runs by Encarnacion in the second. Rasmus in the fourth. Hill's 0 for 2. Towering pop. Robinson makes the catch. Wow. He hit that railing hard. It's always good when they come out a little bit smiling.
Yeah.
Good effort.
He's going to go into the stands in Anaheim, robbing a home run. This one, he has to run a long ways. See Jack getting in there at the same time. Jack trying to get out of his way.
They heard the I got it was late. Seager was in there. Brendan Ryan and Kennedy. They got tangled up last homestand. And that's why Ryan's on the DL and he's eligible to come off Sunday down at Tampa Bay. Hurt his shoulder. Molina. Base hit, run scored, and a ground out. Seager throws out Molina. 2 outs. Hey, when you're traveling outside the Northwest this season, take the Mariners with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite device. Go to Mariners.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. It's Mr. Escobar hanging loose at the plate right now with 2 quick outs here in the 8th.
Well, I think with Brandon Morrow, he's pitched inside quite a bit today, and we saw the pitch that ended up getting Wells. I don't think he tried to hit him on purpose. But we saw Seager up and in. We've seen Ichiro a couple of times. Yeah. I think you make him a little bit uncomfortable here just to let him know. Again, I don't think Brandon was trying to hit anybody, but there you go.
2-0. Game takes care of itself, or it should.
Should.
Brandon Morrow, what a game. He struck out 12 men through 6 innings. Season high.
And I have to believe that Brandon's night is done. But still throwing out in the Jays bullpen.
Seager. Boats him.
One of the few mistakes we've seen him make down there. He's definitely had tougher plays that he has made. So he just gets a 2-hopper, ends up hitting him on the end of his glove, and he just drops it.
He's in good shape right there, and then on the transfer he lost it. Eric Thames 0 for 2 with a walk. Escobar at first. The error by Seager. It's Kyle's 3rd error since being called up for the 2nd time. Gutierrez put it away. 3rd out. That'll do it for the Jays in the 7th. Time starting a little short on the Mariners here. They're down by a count of 5-1. Time for our Sterling Savings Bank game recap. Take you back to the 2nd inning. How about Edwin Encarnacion? That's home run number 12 for him. 1-0. Then in the 3rd inning, unloading, 3-run shot. He was behind in the count 0-2. Adam Lynn. That made it 4-0. To the 4th inning, yet another home run off of Blake Bevan. A breaking ball that hung right there. Kobe Rasmus on a 2-2 pitch leading off the 4th. That's 8 home runs in the series for the Jays. Brandon Morrow dominating. The Mariners see Franklin Gutierrez on a 2-2 pitch go deep left center field. That'll pick up each right away. Reached on in an infield hit, a wild pitch. He scores easily there. Then the Mariners left him loaded in the 6th. So 5-1. Nice night here in Toronto. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. Good looking night here in Seattle. Jesse Litch takes over. Saw Jesse a couple of nights ago. Pitched 2 innings of 1 hit ball, struck out 1.
Not overpowering at all. He mixes pitches up, throws a little bit of everything at you, trying to change speeds.
Bottom third of the order here for the Mariners: Seager, Bard, and Wilson.
Numbers for Litch: 4.11 ERA, 57 innings pitched for him, 50 strikeouts, 20 walks. Opponent's average 245. Has given up 8 home runs this year, along with a 4-3 record.
The 2-0 pitch here to Seager. Seager's aboard on 4 pitches. Heck of a game thrown by Brandon Morrow, the former Mariner, striking out 12. What a night.
Numbers for Morrow: 110 pitches for Brandon, 73 strikes, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 run. It was earned. Gave him just the 3 hits.
12 strikeout, season high. His career best is 17 against Tampa Bay last August 8th.
Chance Ruffin getting loose in the Mariners pen.
He's the player to be named later in the Pfister Paulie Wells Furbush deal. '48th pick, 2010 draft. Good ERA. There's Tim McClellan now, coming down to talk to home plate umpire Brian Runge.
Not sure what that's about. Litch is struggling right now. Those 6 pitches, all of them for balls. That will not make your manager happy when you're up 5-1.
John Farrell's Blue Jays with a 5-1 lead. 2-0 the count to Josh Bard. Shift on here for Bard. They have moved the infield way over to the right side. This one set to left field. Ames got the catch, 1 out.
Ball gets away. Heads up by Seager.
Big time. Nice work. Generally, you don't see major leaguers throwing around like that.
No, but that's why they tell you keep your head up and your eye on the ball. Kyle, another heads up play for him. See the throw by Escobar, just lobs it in.
Third baseman.
I don't know why he's throwing it to the third baseman.
He wasn't expecting it at all.
No, I'm not sure why Escobar was throwing it to him.
Seager, head up, takes advantage. Jack Wilson, he's got a 6-game hitting streak on the line here. Walked and struck out. Seager getting to second. And E6 on Escobar.
As it should be.
Oh, and 2 to Jack. Comes the 0-2 from Jesse Litch. Dribbler down to Laurie, holds her runner, throws off the bag. Everybody's safe, and Jack may have hurt his ankle.
Oh boy.
E5, so 2 errors helping the Mariners here. Jack Wilson. That was an awkward little move he made there. Watch the end of this play.
Easy ground ball to Laurie, and then he just fires it high, and he lunges for the bag.
Oof.
Another look at it. Oof. Hopefully he'll be all right. Mariners already short with Wells having to come out of the game. They do have Rodriguez if they need somebody, but hopefully Jack will be okay.
Ichiro last night had first and second situation, went the bunt, bunted it back to the pitcher. Eric Wedge talked to him about that. Not the play we were looking for. So it was a good, quick communication with respect. And they move on. He's behind 0-2.
Casey Jansen, right-hander, getting loose to the Blue Jays bullpen now.
2 errors have opened the door here for the Mariners. Ball and 2 strikes. The Ichiro picked up his 30th infield hit back in the 6th. Ichiro 1 for 10 in the series, looking for a big base knock right here. 1-2. Litch started a game back in April. Slightly faster pace than Josh Beckett and Daisuke Matsuzaki.
Slight.
Escobar taking himself. Double play. Escobar makes up for his error. And the Mariners are gone in the 7th. 5-1 Toronto.
Field. The Mariners trail the Blue Jays 5-1 in the 8th inning. Lots of new faces for the M's this year, including newcomer. We've got a Ruffin on board, Chance Ruffin today. The roster move made. He is the player to be named later in that deal that sent Doug Fister and David Pauley to Detroit. As a result, the Mariners have designated Aaron Laffey for assignment. Now, if you recognize the last name Ruffin, it's because his father was a major league pitcher as well, spent 12 years in the majors, and Eric Wedge knows all about it because he played with Bruce Ruffin back in Colorado in Bruce's early days. But you know who else played with him? Jamie Wright. 36-year-old Jamie Wright played with Bruce Ruffin in the later part of his career. Dave, I guess that makes him perhaps the most mature player in the clubhouse?
Nothing wrong with that, being an old guy still playing. Nothing wrong with that. Good for him. Bruce Ruffin, record of 60 and 82, a 4.19 ERA in his career at Philly, Milwaukee, and Colorado. And here's his baby boy. Eric Wedge, by the way, in the 93 series in Colorado season. 9 games, hit a .182 with an RBI. Mariner debut against Jose Bautista.
A couple of good fastballs, 95, 94 miles an hour with his fastball. Supposed to be more of a sinker side. That's about as high a leg kick as we've seen this year. It's impressive. Going right at Batista.
2-1 and 3-1. Bautista, Linden, and Encarnacion 3, 4, and 5. Coming up here for Toronto. All out of play.
Wow. He'll give himself a bloody nose for that knee getting up there, right?
Mr. Ryan, Nolan Ryan used to get that leg up there pretty good. And Cliff Lee, Bud Black, a couple of guys that come to mind. Bud Black was left-handed. Some flexibility. Bautista's going to get run here. Bautista last time up took a pitch for a called third strike back in the 5th, and you can hear him say, I was way outside. He had even less an opinion of that call by Brian Runge.
Well, according to the tracer, it looks like a strike. Comes back with a breaking ball, locks him up, and he didn't like it.
It's a nice debut as a Mariner, Mr. Ruffin. One out in the 8th. Adam Lind. Chance Ruffin's Mariner debut. Ruffin made his big league debut with the Tigers July 25th at the White Sox. Inning and 2/3, 3 hits, couple of runs, both earned, a strikeout, 2 home runs. Movement on that pitch. 2-2.
He's starting to mix it up now, get his slider going, along with a good fastball.
Two and 2. Center field, right at Goody. 2 outs. Encarnacion will be the hitter now with 2 outs here in the 8th. Every major leaguer hopes to find their power stroke when they step up to the plate. Well, the Northwest Ford stores have theirs with the Ford Super Duty 6.7 liter power stroke diesel engine. When the bases are loaded, you're going to want to try that Ford Super Duty batting cleanup. Ford Super Duty, built Ford tough.
Better fastball than the scouting report we were getting on. They said he would be 91 to 93 with some sink to it, but hit 95 a number of times.
Rolled over on this one to Jack Wilson. Chance Ruffin, welcome to the Mariners. A clean 8th inning. Mariner bats now. Gutierrez, Ackley, and Kirk coming up. Root Sports being brought to you by Whitmer Brothers Brewing. Brewing without boundaries. By Pizza Hut. Get any Pizza Hut pizza, any size, any toppings for an amazingly low price when you carry out. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at Jack in the Box. Bottom of the 8th inning, 5-1 Blue Jays. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Mariners travel tomorrow to Tampa Bay. Tampa St. Pete take on the Rays over the weekend, then go to Cleveland for 4. Casey Jansen, new pitcher for the Blue Jays. Gutierrez, Ackley, and Karp here in the 8th. Rudy drove in the Mariners' only run. That was in the 6th.
Numbers for Jansen: the 2.43 ERA, 37 innings pitched for him, 36 strikeouts. Yes, he throws hard. He's only given up 1 home run this year.
And 2.
Mentioned it earlier, but Franklin Gutierrez hitting .314 for the month of August. 1 for 3 in tonight's game. Take a look at Jamie Wright getting loose in the pen, and I think the biggest thing is he's finally gotten to a point where he's hitting the ball up the middle a little bit more, not getting around it quite as much. He was hitting a lot of ground balls to the third baseman and the shortstop.
Escobar backhands this one.
He's been much better this month.
1 out. 1 out here in the 8th. Root Sports. We're looking for the biggest Mariner fans in the Northwest. Throughout the season, we're going state to state to find the most passionate fans in our region. And this month, we want to hear from you devoted fans in Idaho. So log on right now, rootsports.com, and show us what you've got. Show us why you're one of the Mariners' ultimate Northwest fans. Tough night for Dustin Ackley. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. 1-1. A strike, 1-2. Brendan Morrow started for Toronto, 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 2. Big swing. Morrow struck out everybody in the Mariner lineup at least once except for Ichiro and Goody. Again.
One of the few nights where it looks like Dustin Ackley has not been on the fastball. And that's saying a lot because he's had to play a lot of games. And if you have a tough time remembering, that's pretty good work.
Strike 3 called. 3K night for Ackley. 2 outs.
I'd like to take a minute to thank Marissa Huff. She's the one that delivered our rally fries for us this summer. She's heading back to school over to the Palouse. I'd like to thank her for her work this summer. Good luck to her.
Young lady that used to deliver fries for us 3 years ago, Lindsay Theory, just got a job down in Atlanta.
Yeah, good for her. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, going to be on Falcons.com doing a lot of sideline stuff. I'll see her that second week of the NFL season. Looking forward to it. There's Mike Carp. 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Shortstop Escobar calls off Laurie, and that'll do it for the Mariners. Jansen throws a clean 8th. 9th inning coming up. Rasmus, Laurie, and Hill. 5-1 Toronto.
Today's Tracer Tech brought to you by the Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Here at Safeco Field, 9th inning, 5-1 Toronto. Rubber match of this series. Mariners had come into this game winners of 4 of their last 6, hitting .298. Hasn't gone so well tonight. Here's Jamie Wright taking over.
Jamie, 2-3 record for Jamie. 14 holds. Opponent's average .254. 34 strikeouts to the 23 walks.
Well, congratulations to Chance Ruffin. His first Mariner appearance, a good one. 1-2-3 8th with a strikeout.
Oh, it was impressive. Topping out at 95 miles an hour.
Colby Rasmus will lead it off.
Rasmus, as you see, a solo home run in the fourth. It was a towering fly ball. I was a little bit surprised to see it go over the 385 mark.
One to Colby. Still seething, Mr. Bautista. Punched out, looking last 2 times up. Didn't hurt his average, though, tonight. 1 for 3. Scored a run. Frank Francisco, formerly with the Texas Rangers. Getting ready to throw the knife. Rangers trying to hold off the Angels right now. It's 4-3, top of the ninth in Anaheim. 2 hit nights for Hamilton, Young, and Napoli. 2 RBIs for Kinsley in that ballgame. Aaron Hill, third hitter in this inning. 2-2. Lowry's on deck. Adam Kennedy. Nice pick, nice throw. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Monday, August 29th. Angels will be in town. Mariners and Senyo, they're going to honor the rich heritage of Japanese baseball in the Pacific Northwest. First 15,000 fans, you're going to get a Mariners rally towel thanks to Senyo. Get your tickets at mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Brett Lawrie 0 for 3. Ground out to third, second, and third.
And hopefully we'll get some good news on Casper Wells. Casper started the game in right field and ended up getting hit on the nose from a Brandon Morrow pitch. Had to leave the game. His nose was bleeding, but hopefully that's the extent of it.
Lucky young man.
Yeah.
Mariners 9th. Kennedy, Robinson, and Seager 5, 6, and 7. Three and 1. Walk. Going to bring up Aaron Hill. 0 for 3. Wide to left, grounded out to second, and fouled out to left. Coming off a 2 for 4 performance last night. He drove in 4 runs, hit a 2-run homer, sacrifice fly, and had an RBI single.
He has had a tough year overall, though. Hitting 227, just 6 home runs.
Be 2. Wilson, Ackley to Kennedy, no safe.
Lawrie was right on top of Ackley. 2-hopper. Looked like it was a clean play. We'll take a look at it. Jack with a good feed. You can see Lawrie come and take his legs out from under. Good job by Ackley to get his feet out of the ground. Another one of the things you'll learn, but Lawrie we know can run well. It's a clean play, but because he had to move his feet, not able to get much on the throw.
2 outs runner at first for Jose Molina. 1 for 3 tonight. Scored back in the 3rd inning on the 3-run homer by Lind. Great report relayed by PR director Tim Hevley on Casper Wells. Hit on the tip of his nose. X-rays proved to be negative.
That's great news.
Oh, 2 to Molina. Oh, 2 here to Molina. 5-1 Toronto lead. One and 2. Ninth game for Jamie Wright. 1-2 runner goes. Throw by Bard. Not in time. Stolen base, Aaron Hill. Aaron Hill with a stolen base. That's his 16th of the season. Two and 2 that count to Molina. Sharply and 1-hop to Ackley. That'll do it. Last licks for the Mariners. 9th inning. Kennedy, Robinson, and Seager. Here at Safeco Field, trailing 5-1. Trying to get this rubber match game here against Toronto. 5-1 Jays right now. Toronto's going to be going to its 4th pitcher. Big Frank Francisco, formerly with the Texas Rangers.
Francisco, 10 saves on the year, a 4.17 ERA, 36 2/3 innings, 40 strikeouts. They'll rush it up. Their opponent's average at 270. He's given up 5 home runs this year. 1-4 record for Francisco, the former Ranger.
We used to see him every time out when he was with the Rangers. He got his first Jays win against, the Texas Rangers. April 28th.
And for the Mariners, Dave, they need to get hot if they want to keep their little run going. The last 7 games, they've had at least 9 hits in each of the last 7 games, and right now just 3 hits tonight. So they need to rally up. Adam Kennedy will get his first at bat of the night. He came in for Casper Wells.
If you're a Mariner fan, the last 6 games, they've won 4 of the last 6, and coming into tonight, hitting .298, 8 homers, and 4 of them by Casper Wells. Tonight, Jays pitching's held them to a run on 3 hits. Francisco came over to the Jays in January with Mike Napoli, and then Napoli was in exchange for Mike Napoli, and that's right. Napoli had gone from the Angels to Toronto to Texas. The rally cap's working. Francisco out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Now makes his home in Miami, Florida. Two and two. 26,579. Some vocal Canadians, Blue Jay fans in the ballpark. Two and two to Adam Kennedy, his first at bat tonight. Love down there by Adam Lynn. Frank Francisco covers, 1 out. We got the Trayvon Robinson. Robinson tonight struck out, line to right, struck out looking.
Like a lot of young hitters, he's going to be streaky. If he gets a hit in his first or second at bat of a game, you can expect something. I think his confidence will go way up. If not, maybe struggle through a game. That's typical. Good fastball from Francisco at 94 miles an hour. I think Robinson, maybe out of all of them, he's the one that's intriguing to me probably more than anybody else. I think it'll be an interesting winter for him, and what he looks like when he comes into spring training next year. 23 years old.
Switch hitter, shown some pop down in Albuquerque. Getting a real good taste of how big league pitchers are going to work. Rasmus backing up. Just catch, 2 down. Last hope here for the Mariners, Kyle Seager. Seager made the final out of last night's game with a fly ball to left. Strike 1.
Now 54 at bats.
Here's the 0-1. And fly ball left field, just like last night. Thames puts it away. Jays win it 5-1. Take the rubber match of this series, and they win the season series 6-3 over the Mariners. The Mariners in this homestand at 3-3. Next stop, St. Petersburg, Florida.
A couple of rough outings for Blake Bevan now. He needs to get it back on track. Blue Jays ended up putting all 5 runs on Blake, as he was not as sharp as we've seen him his last couple outings. A couple good lineups for him, though. We also had a chance to see Chance Ruffin tonight, making his Mariners debut. Pitched well, had a 1-2-3 inning for Chance. Hopefully the Mariners have been on a nice run offensively and get back on track in Tampa.
Toronto Blue Jays, they came in here and hit 8 home runs to take this series 2-1 for John Farrell. 5